guys, it's your girl, Sam Manuel, and you are currently listening to Monday with Emmanuel. Mother trucker, dude. Today's episode is going to be about roommates, the history of my roommates and my experience with them. I took some polls earlier this week and I asked some questions, and I'd love to share some feedback that I got and see if I agree, disagree, or otherwise. I'd like to start off by saying my personal opinion on roommates is that anybody you live with is technically a roommate. Whether it be your parents, your boyfriend, your wife, your husband, just everybody you live with, if you don't live alone, is a roommate. You guys share bills, and even if you don't share bills, you're still a roommate. So, the definition of a roommate is a person with whom one shares a living facility with, such as a room or dormitory, except when being with family or romantically involved. Wikipedia sees family and romantic relationships as not a roommate situation. However, I disagree because the first half of the definition is someone with whom you share a living facility with. Hello, a living facility, a house, apartment, it doesn't matter. Even the Webster's dictionary says one or two or more persons sharing the same room or living quarters. Do you not share living quarters with your parents and your significant others? Yes, you do. So a roommate can really just be anybody that you live with. With that being said, I've had a lot of roommates in my life, but I could happily say that I live alone now in my own apartment. I always say that's not something I should be sharing with y'all, but fuck it, who cares? My roommate journey started as, I guess the majority of everyone else's, with my parents. And then I moved out of the house when I was 18, and I became roommates with strangers, which was very difficult for me because I'm an only child. Two, I really enjoy being alone. If I was a sim, I would have the loner characteristic for sure. But I just enjoy being alone. Do I like being in social situations sometimes? Yes, I do. I get my fill of social situations in like a day. I don't need to spend a lot of time with people. Maybe that's also why my relationships haven't worked out, because I am a person that likes being alone. I went to college. I moved from New Jersey to Florida. I went to college and I became roommates with a bunch of strangers. My first roommate did not work out so well. I just couldn't stand her. Long story short, she was actually from New Jersey too. Just a different town than me. And it was just so funny. Oh, like how funny. We both come from like kind of the same county. Oh man. The personalities, they clashed. We didn't get along. There's a lot of drama that happened there. But it was wild. Like one of her friends like threatened to fight me for like nothing. I keep to myself. I don't bother anybody. She found out like about my sexual orientation. And I guess she surrounded herself by friends and people that don't approve of like gay and lesbian lifestyle. So that's where that stemmed from. We wound up having a mediator, like a dorm mediator, come down and speak to us. She just didn't agree with my lifestyle. So we parted ways and weren't roommates anymore. So after that, I didn't have any roommates. That was my freshman year of college. I didn't have a roommate again until my junior year of college, where I was roommates with 4 other girls. It was basically 4 rooms in a pod, and then a living area. And 2 of the girls were in one room, and then the 3 of us were in 3 separate rooms. It was actually quite cool. We were like all really close in the beginning of that, and I was like, wow, I met people that like are pretty cool, and they brought their friends over, and like I became like quote unquote friends with them. My personality is not for everyone. People come and go also. People like just come and go out of my life for whatever reason. You know, not everyone's going to agree with things you say or how you are and what you do, and they're just going to walk away. And at the end of the day, it's up for you to, you know, just accept it and walk away as well. And never go back and don't wonder why and just, you know, fuck it. Everything was cool and whatnot. One of the girls in the pod really loved Justin Bieber. I can't stand fucking Justin Bieber. I just don't. He's a little asshole. Anyway, she really liked him, and at the time, Y100, you know, Y100's Florida's version of Z100, New York's version, was running a contest for a meet and greet with Justin Bieber for their Jingle Ball. And she was like, Sam, come on, please, you know, just, you know, enter, you know, just enter it. And I was like, you know what, fuck it. This is my friend. I'm going to enter. Yeah, I'll enter. Sure, fuck it. I'll do it for you. So I enter this contest, and guess what? I fucking won. Like, what are the fucking odds? So that year, I was really fucking sad because I was away from home for a while, and I was kind of getting a little homesick, and I had a ticket to go home that during this concert, so I just couldn't go. I had a ticket to go home because I was just sad, and I just really wanted to go home for like a couple days and ground myself again, because I was going through a phase where I really didn't know what I was doing at college or what I wanted to do, and I was like, fuck, it's my junior year and I have no idea what the fuck is going on. So that was up to me to figure out what I was doing on my own, obviously, but I won the tickets to this fucking jingle ball, and you know, they found out, they called me, and I was like, oh, I can't go to the show though, because I'm going home. And they were like, oh, push the flight. Just push your flight. We need to go. Like, blah, blah, blah. So instead of like just doing that right away, I was like, you know, maybe I can't go. Like, because I wanted to go home. I wanted to go home and ground myself and just... I just didn't want to go to the show. I didn't want to meet Justin Bieber. I had no fucking desire. But I lived with, you know, these girls. They had me enter the contest. And of course I was going to enter. That's my bro. That was my bro at the time. Of course I'm going to enter. So I tried to see if they could go to the show without me, and they couldn't go without me. I had to go because I was the winner. I was like really bummed out that like I couldn't go home. I was so fixated on going home, honestly. So they were like, we'll pay to change your flight. And I was like, guys, that's nice. Like, but you shouldn't have to do that. I don't want you to have to do that. But we really want to go to the show, blah, blah, blah. Okay, bet. We go to the airport. They actually do pay for changing my flight. It was something like $200. Some wild cost. I felt really fucking guilty about it. I felt really bad about it, but they wanted to go to the show, and you know, at the end of the day, I was happy to oblige. So day of the show, or night of the show, we're getting ready, we're going, and it was fun. I got to see Kesha perform. I love Kesha. Met Justin Bieber. It wasn't really that great. He's an asshole. Justin Bieber's a fucking asshole. So I'm not even fucking sorry. Maybe if I met him, so I could say maybe he was having a bad day. I don't know, but he comes off kind of like a dick. So I don't like it. Anyway, and after the show, things just changed. Like the relationship that we had just got different. The two girls that were living in the same room moved out. They got their own like apartment or whatever, because they wanted that since they moved in. So they got their own thing. I was kind of bummed out. No one talked to anyone after that. We wrapped up our junior year, and as a senior, I moved on. I became a senior and I moved into the apartments that they offered. It was fun. I lived alone, and living alone has always been so fucking great for me. I love living alone. No one to tell you what to do. No one to tell you, wash that dish right now, or like, oh, make sure you do this, or don't, did you do laundry? Like, no one to ride your ass. Which at the end of the day, your partner should kind of be like you and do the same chores and this and that. And that should never be like a thing if you're with the right person. However, I digress. After my senior year, I had no idea what to do, and I was dating this girl. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to go back home and live because I can't stay because I wasn't making a lot of bread at the time. I was saving my bread, but I wasn't making a lot of it. And she offered for me to come live with her. We were doing pretty good. I was happy with her for the most part. We moved in together. I moved into her place. She lived with her parents. I moved into her place. That her parents had like a mother-daughter house. We were like on one side of the house and they were on the other side. I always felt awkward living there, but I was like, fuck, like I really want to stay in Florida. I need to stay. And that was, thinking back at it, I really moved in with her for survival. And I'm grateful for it. I'm grateful that she offered me that. The relationship went south, obviously. It wasn't very good. I became increasingly unhappy with her. And that's what happens when I spend too much time with people. I become overwhelmed, miserable, unhappy. But when I'm not with people, I'm happy. I'm doing my thing. I'm having a good time. I just, people in small doses. That's my take on that. People in small doses for me. While we were living together, she wound up having sex with her ex, who was a man, and got pregnant. And then I moved out and lived alone, which is always great. I lived alone. Yay! It's always so good. It's always so good to live alone, bro. I don't know. There's something about it. I was living alone, and the place, I was renting a efficiency at the time. And the woman, oh my God, the woman that I was renting this efficiency from was fucking bananas. She wasn't bananas, but like she was very Christian, and my alternative lifestyle just didn't meet her needs or meet her requirements. But she had a lot of like wild, crazy rules. I wasn't allowed to have guests over, things like that. I was very, and I don't care because, fuck it. I only need to get it in like, I don't know, like twice a month. That's fine. You don't need to sleep over. Shit was going downhill there. And she actually was like, you need to move out. Around Christmas, before Christmas, it was a week before Christmas, she was like, you need to move out. And I was like, fuck, it's like Christmas. Where the fuck am I going to go? What do you mean? Like, where? She's like, my daughter is coming to live here. You need to leave. I was like, fuck, bro. What am I going to do? So I moved out. I found a new place to live. It was just another efficiency. Thank God. So I was chilling there. So bouncing from efficiency to efficiency. This efficiency was, I had to find something really quick to live. There was no kitchen. No, it was just like mini fridge, microwave. What's it called? The little stove thing that you plug in. Anyway, I had one of those. It was just one room and a bathroom. And when you walk, the efficiency was set up so funny. Like, it was so set up weird, but I needed a place to live because there was no way in hell I was going back home. I love living here, believe it or not. I don't think I would want to live anywhere else. I love being close to the beach. It's my favorite thing, I think. Yeah, it's my favorite thing. I'm living in this new efficiency now. When you walk into the side that I live on, you open the door and you're immediately greeted by the bathroom, first of all. The toilet and the fucking sink. Okay, whatever, fuck it. Small beginnings. You hang a left and there's like just my room. There was a nice big closet, so I was able to stuff everything in there. Put my TV up, little TV stand, my bed. Yeah, and I was just chilling, vibing, having a good time. And then I met this girl. This is gonna be a really fucked up segment. I was coming to a point in my efficiency life where I just didn't want to live in an efficiency anymore. So I met this girl. She was cool when I met her, but I made a mistake and I moved in with her way too quickly. I was single for a while, and I just really wanted someone who loved me. And, you know, in the beginning, everything's all like sunshine and rainbows, and you don't know the person yet, and everything's like a feel-good moment, and this and that, and you're blinded by someone showing you attention and affection, and it's just like, oh, fuck, like, how could I say no? It's different now. I don't feel those things or that way or anything like that, but at the time, I was like, fuck, I just want someone to love me. Yeah. So I wind up moving in with this girl and her sister and her sister's kid and her dog and her fucking 20 fucking cats. And like not a moment in time was I like, this is not the right thing to do. I was just like, fuck it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's fucking make it happen. It was just a fucking train wreck. It was a train wreck. After a couple months, I didn't want to fucking be there anymore. I didn't want it. I didn't get any fucking alone time. I was unhappy at work. Everything was just piling the fuck on. Everything was just piling on, and I couldn't breathe. But, you know, shit happens, and we had to move out of the apartment. So all of us wound up getting this townhouse together, and the girl I was dating didn't have a good credit, so my name and her sister's name went on it. You know, I felt obligated to stay. I didn't want to be with this girl anymore, but, you know, I loved her family. That's another thing. Another thing to talk about. I loved her family. I loved her sisters. I loved her niece. Like, I loved her dog. I didn't love her. It was just, for me, it was like one thing after a fucking another with her. And like in my head, I was doing the same thing. And I've done this multiple times before, where I fall in love with the family of these girls and suddenly I can't leave. But I'm not into these girls. It's shitty. It's shitty to say. Yeah, I fall for the family. That's it. The family, like, if a family has a good environment, or, you know, it's a good time, they're like nice close bond, I'm like, ooh, yeah, I like that. I can just create my own family, you know. But, you know, that was my mentality on not leaving. Like, I love the family. And that's how I got stuck into a 3-year relationship with my previous girlfriend. I love her family. I still do. I still love her family. I don't talk to my more recently ex's family. I don't know, whatever. But my ex, who I was with for 3 years, her family is one of the best families I have ever encountered in my life. And maybe that's a problem with me. It's probably something I need therapy for, of chasing these families, staying with these families of girls that I don't want to fucking be around. We moved into this townhouse together. It was me, her sister, and her niece, and the dogs. I made her get rid of the cats, because you know what? They're fucking gross. I'm sorry, cats, the way she was handling these cats was fucking gross. Two things I hate more than anything: cats and fucking plants. I hate cats, I hate plants. She had both of them. Red flag. Everything was lit. The townhouse was nice. I had my own kind of front office area, and I was doing a lot of design work at the time, and I was working for my new job, my new company that I was working for, and I was like excelling and being successful, but I wasn't successful in my relationship. Everything about her set me off. Everything about her set me off. I don't know what it was. One time I found this, I found this jar, and it said she loved this girl that she worked with, and I was like, what the fuck, bro? What the actual fuck? Anyway, that's another story for another day. Fast forward, it's September, and I just can't fucking take it anymore. She was so messy and it just wasn't my when I met her, she was a mess. And I'm not a messy person. I'm messy to my own degree, but that was another fucking level of messy that I just couldn't fuck with. Everything was a mess. I feel like I was cleaning up after her a lot. She did dabs. I don't do that. I don't like smoke like that. But it was gross. It was sticky. It was everywhere. It disgusted me. I didn't like it. Do you? I'm not judgmental for that, but keep it clean. You know what I mean? When things aren't clean, they're dirty, and I don't like dirty. Keep it clean. I just don't want to feel sticky. I don't want to touch something and worry about feeling gross after I touch it. Anyway, that's that's my view on anything. So the way she kept her plants were gross. There was dirt everywhere in the fucking house. She had this big fucking white like insert thing, so it was like this tall white bookshelf type of thing, and you could put a plant in each one. Oh my god, disgusting. Anyway, boy, yeah, I was just like really regretting being there anymore. But again, I loved her sister, I loved her niece, like I loved the dogs, everything was lit for the most part, but like her, I just couldn't fucking do it anymore. I was so unhappy. Even when I had my dream job, I was unhappy. I was so unhappy. I didn't know what to do. Like, do I leave? I wanted to stay and make it work. I don't like bouncing. I don't enjoy bouncing around from person to person. I don't like it. I want to find one fucking person and make it fucking stick. You know what I mean? So I tried. I stayed. September 2020 came around. Oh God, I fucking cracked. I wrote her this letter because I didn't have the balls to fucking tell her, because she low-key was very manipulative. Always tried to like switch it out to make it look like me. Always fucking whined and complained when I like told her I didn't like something, or, you know, everything was dirty all the time. Like her clothes were everywhere. You know, maybe she's a person that wanted to be alone too. You know, I can't, you know, I just like things a certain fucking way. I like things clean. I like, if you're going to be home all day, you can take care of the dishes and the dogs and this. If I'm going to be home all day, I'm going to take care of the dishes, the laundry, and the this, you know? So I expect that to be reciprocated. For me, it wasn't too much to ask, but it was a lot of pressure on her. And I apologize for that. Because that, at the end of the day, we just weren't meant to be. It wasn't something that was meant to be. Do I regret leaving? No, I'm much happier now, honestly. So September 2020, I decided to leave her, but we were still the lease was still open. So we ended it early. I found the apartment that I'm staying in now. So that concludes my roommate's story. From start to finish. I left a lot out there because I don't want this episode to be that long. However, I do have a few tidbits of advice for you when it comes to roommates. One, your parents. You can't control living with your parents from like when you're born until you're 18. Two, at 18, and if you're still living with your parents, I'd start kicking them back some money, honestly, or something. Groceries, or, you know, cash. You know, give them something. Don't let your parents ask you for money for living there. You know, go out there, find a nice little job. They're your parents. They've done a lot from you from born to 18. Well, if you had a good life with them. Don't let them ask for money. Offer it. Groceries, things they need. If your mom is short on a bill, you know, do it. Give them that. They're your parents, especially if you have a good relationship with them. Boom, bet. 2, when it comes to your significant other, wait a couple years to move in with them. And that's something that someone said on my Instagram story. Someone said that they would wait 2 years prior to, you know, moving in with someone, which I totally agree. I don't know if I would ever want to live with someone again, but if I did, I would wait. And I would probably get a 2-2 or a 2-1 because, fuck, bro, right now, in the state that I'm in, I can't imagine living with someone ever fucking again. I'm comfortable now. I'm my own fucking woman. I'm independent. I pay my own bills. I do my own shit. I don't need some fucking raggedy fucking girl coming in here, you know, trying to tell me how to live and like what to do and this and that. And yeah, if you love someone, it's a little different, but I don't need that right now where I stand in my life. I just need time, and I just need to focus on myself. And if love happens to show up at my door, fuck it, you can't fight love. My third roommate comment, we covered parents, we covered lovers. Be careful what strangers you bring into your house. I highly suggest running background checks on people that you intend to become roommates with, whether it be college or as an adult. Just be careful, be safe out there. I recommend, if you can live alone, do it. It's a good growing and learning experience. I don't know. I've never had a problem living alone. I don't have a problem with myself. I get to buy the things that I want to buy for my place. I get to make it look how I want it to look. So I think the goal should be to live alone for everybody. Not everyone is as fortunate enough to live alone. So if you do have roommates or you plan on getting roommates, be careful. Background checks. Ask them what they like. You're living with this person. However, you don't have to be friends with them. You just have to share a living space, create schedules, do everything that you deem needed. That's really all I have to say about roommates. Be careful. Just be careful out there, man. Strangers will fucking rob you blind and kill you for a fucking quarter. So it's a tough time out there. It's a tough time out there for everybody. Try to find your tribe. Dorms are so weird, man. I'm just going to add one more thing in here. Dorm rooms are so fucking weird. There's no privacy. This is my freshman dorm room. No fucking privacy. You basically have to watch the other person sleep. It's just a fucking room. It's literally just a room with 2 beds, like counter space and a bathroom. 1 bathroom for 2 people. There's nothing wrong with 1 bathroom for 2 people, but, bro, it's so, when you sit back and you think about it, just sleeping with another person in the same room, separate beds, is just fucking bizarre to me. That's my opinion. It's bizarre. I don't want to watch you sleep. I mean, I'm sleeping too, but I don't want to sleep in the same, I don't know, it's just weird. If you're not related to them, you have no idea who they are. That concludes this episode of Monday with Manuel. I want to thank everyone who tuned in to this episode. More to come. Next week's episode is going to be about coworkers and our relationships with our coworkers. This one is going to be a fucking doozy, so buckle up, Buttercup. I have a lot to say about coworkers. I have a lot to say about the people that I work with. Anyway, I have a lot to say about the past people that I've worked with as well. The history and my relationship with previous coworkers that I have, and give you my 2 cents on that. But that concludes this episode of Roommates, and I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Really helps at the end of the day get me into YouTube's algorithm. Last week's video was great. Thank you so much to everyone who watched and liked. I really, really appreciate it, and I really, really enjoy putting out these videos for you. I hope you're all enjoying Monday with Manuel, and have a great day. Bye! I wanted to add one more thing to the episode. If you feel like I missed anything, or I had the opportunity to say something and I didn't, or if you have any thoughts, please comment below. Let's start a dialogue on how we feel about our roommates and what we believe a roommate to be. Bye!